Alright, we're back, and we have been drawing out our pellets. So I'm going to grab my tube, and I'm going to actually cap it immediately, because sometimes what happens is a little bit of static charge will build up in these, and you'll see your pellet will dance around. So if I move, okay, if you see, if I move it, it doesn't just drop. It kind of, well, it's not moving at all now, but trust me, there's static there, and sometimes it'll like fly out. You don't want that to happen. So cap it if you're going to inspect it. I'm taking a look at this. It looks dry. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to grab that Kim wipe and just toss that. Don't want to litter anything. And we're going to resuspend into 200 microliters of water. So this is a P15A plasmid. Usually I would resuspend a high copy plasmid in 200. Since this is a low copy plasmid, I was thinking maybe I should do 100, but I'm just going to stick with 200. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. So I'm going to grab my P200, set it to 200. Get my tip. Go to my clean autoclaved water. At this point, you want to make sure this is actually really clean water, because if it's not clean, you may get a bunch of background when you're doing your libraries, which is just no good. Open it up, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to try to aim that water right on top of my pellet. And my pellet does not go into solution. Well, it did, but there's just so much DNA in there that it's kind of going into shock right now. And then I'm just going to give it a quick little flick, try to move that pellet up and down. Now you can see it's floating. It has a couple of, it looks almost like, I don't know how to describe it, it has like a central white core, but then it's surrounded by a layer that's kind of going into solution, kind of a fuzziness. And I'm just going to vortex this for a second, and sometimes these pellets don't always go back into solution 100%. We may have saturated their water, and sometimes they just take a little while to go back into solution. So in order to get into solution, all you gotta do is just vortex it for a while and hope for the best. So we tap that down. You can now see that our pellet has a distinctly different look to it. It's not the solid white dot that it was. It's now kind of a more fuzzy looking type of thing. So let's vortex it a little bit more, and we'll see how it changes. So when I'm vortexing it, I can actually see the pellet being mixed around right around there. It forms kind of a little ring stripe thing. It's kind of going up and down. And if it comes out, nope, guess not. Trust me, it's there. Tap down a little bit more. Take a look at it now. It's definitely a lot more ghostly. So our pellet is slowly going into solution. And I would probably just do this for, I don't know, a few more minutes, and it will eventually go into solution. And then once you do have this completely in solution, from here you're going to be going into your digestions. You're going to be prepping this for whatever type of a library or whatever type of procedure you're going to be doing. So we'll just take one more look at it after. And now we can see, you can probably not even see the pellet. It's at the bottom right there, and maybe it's another angle, and it's definitely going into solution. So that's how you do an isopropanol precipitation, and if you have any questions, let me know.